I'm gonna give it a few. This is a pop-up, so I don't expect people to jump in here. That's the purpose of the pop-up. You catch me when you catch me. Um, and I haven't been on for a minute, so I figured. Hold on. I can't remember if I was on last week, last Sunday or not. I'm not sure. Hold on. Let me flip the camera on. Hey, hey y'all. How y'all doing? I'm on my break right now from what I was doing. And then I gotta keep it moving because I'm actually supposed to meet up in like in a moment. But I'm gonna do a quick pop up and I'm gonna have you facing the scenery again. Okay, there you go. I figured that the water fountain view would be very nice to look at as I do my brief say what I gotta say and jump off, pretty much. But first of all, let me start off with shout out to Big Brenda. Baby case, I was trying to stay through your live, but I kept on jumping in and out of the chat, in and out of the chat. And there was things that you was talking about that I wish I was able to jump on the panel and give my input as far as what was being talked about at that time. So um, one of the topics of discussion that I was able to uh, catch in on and listen to is when I believe it was Brenda, Michael Phillips, and Auntie on the panel. And shout out to Michael Phillips and shout out to Auntie, home of the official YM Purge and the Boiler Room. Big shouts out to them because it was a nice discussion that they was having. I just wish I could have stayed for the whole discussion. Hey, what's up, Adub? How you doing? How's your how's your day going so far? We just had a brief thunderstorm, rain or whatever, so the temperature is kind of muggy here at the moment. So I hope your day is going well. Um, I'm not gonna be on here too long, so well, I'll probably give it like maybe 20, 25 minutes. Depends on um, how quickly I get through what I have to say. So I was in and out of Big Brenda's live today, um, and one of the topics of discussion that came up was was the topic of marriage, um, and from what I can gather, uh, and that's why I hate not being able to stay put for a hot 5 minutes to even uh, gather the topic of discussion. Brenda, okay, I'm glad you're here, sweetheart, because this is what I wanted to say on your panel, sweetie, and I just couldn't because, Sundays, I'm out and about. So, uh, because I believe the last time I was there before I can even come back was yeah, I was talking about marriage and stuff like that, and I just wanted to like give my little one twos and thoughts and stuff about me and how I view marriage and um, how the concept of marriage has changed I since I was growing up. So um, if I can like make it make sense, because I didn't even get to stay for the full discussion. So here it goes, and thank you for hitting the like button on your way in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much, my loves. And Brenda, I had to get that. I had to get that Dunkin' latte. My brain, it was a lot. It was a lot. It was a good discussion, and I was going to jump on the panel, but I knew I would have to jump back down. So it didn't make no sense to do all that. So that's why I was trying to listen from the chat. So I'm trying to tell you, Brenda, I'm trying to tell you, I think I have a serious addiction, and I think I have to tend to it. So, yeah. But this is what I wanted to say, Brenda. Um, like for me, and I actually had a very interesting discussion with someone recently about the topic of marriage. Hey, Drip, how you doing, sweetheart? How's your day? Listen, Brenda, Drip, how's your day? I hope, y'all had a good day today. Mine was all right. I mean, not even bad. Mine was good. I'm not gonna complain. Mine was really good, to be honest. So, marriage for me. Now, I'm not married. Uh, my thing with marriage is, for me, I'm not going to marry somebody unless I have a strong awareness for them, of them. Um, I'm not going to say I'm distrustful of people, but I do have my trust issues, so my guard is up. And my thing is, I like to get to know people even before we make that step. And for me, not doing that has caused me a lot of problems. Like I grew up, like I'm a Generation Xer, right? So I grew up in the time of marriage where, um, and you mentioned this in your live, till death do us apart, right? And I'm like, okay, that's fine and that's nice, but there is there is exceptions. Like, I'm not going to stay with you if you're beating me. I'm not going to stay with you if you're constantly cheating on me. I'm not going to stay with you if you're lying, because how can I trust you? And I'm really not the type that feels that I should go through your phone. I'm not the type that I feel that I should have you followed, because if I have to do all that, I'll remain single, you know? Um, because I did come up at a time where abuse did happen, and it happened behind closed doors. Uh, when the abuse happened and the cops were called, it was considered a domestic issue between that husband and wife. So they pretty much had to figure it out. The man was the provider, and he's the head of the household. My thing is, you can be all those things, but remember, I'm supposed to be your helpmate. I'm actually supposed to be your right rib. If people understand anything about that concept of being, or better yet, I'm supposed to be Adam's rib. And sometimes to get to that level, I had to know you. Even to even date you, I had to know you to even, before we even get to that level of the two should become one in marriage. I've seen a lot. Listen, I've heard so many lies being told by my male counterparts on their job, how they like to fool their wives or whatever, so they can do what they do. They'll come up with a lot of elaborate stories, and they will have evidence again, to substantiate their claims and everything. And it's so elaborate. I'm like, why would you do that to your spouse? You know? And that was going on back then too. but it was such a heavy influence. It was such a heavy, um, what I'm trying to, it was such a heavy emphasis on the man being head of the household that if a man cheats on you, he cheats on you. Is he taking care of the household? Is he um, is he making sure that the bills are getting paid? Is he providing a roof over your head? And all those can be yes, yes, and more yes. But why can't you be faithful to me? And here's the weird thing. Back in when I was growing up as a girl, a little girl, yeah, when I was child, listen. Hey Day Day, how you doing, sweetheart? Thank you for being here. Um, when I grew up as hey Irby, hey sweetie, hey, thank y'all for stopping. First of all, thank you for support, for your love and support, especially when I do these pop-ups. I love you guys and gals. Um, so thank you so much for swinging through here. And I kind of forgot my train of thought. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Why can't you be faithful to me? Oh, okay, that's what I was getting ready to say. Because growing up in my time, as a woman stepping out of the marriage, got you fucked up from the floor up. You as the wife, you stayed in your place, and you better not be out there talking to another man. What's wrong with you? So it was always interesting to me the double standard of it all. Now I'm not saying all men are like this. I'm not waging no wars against the men because I love y'all. I listen. I speak godly and righteousness. That's number one. I speak English as a second language. That's number two. And I speak penis very well. Penis. I speak that very well. I don't see myself doing any donuts with any chicks. Hey James, how you doing? Pull up and have a seat, cause yeah, I wasn't gonna say all this, Brenda. I was gonna, I was gonna clean it up a little bit, but you know, I believe it. I like penis, so I don't think I'm gonna marry a female. No, I'm not gonna marry a female because I don't. I'm sorry. I can't see my. I don't like toys. I don't like the sex toys, and I don't like having oral sex with women. So I'm I'm not trying to offend the women that do that, but that's just not me. So yes, if I'm able to, I will marry a male with a penis, a real penis, not a fake penis. I don't do strap-ons. I don't do none of that. So yeah, but getting back to my point because I really digress with that one. The point is with me, and when I was having this discussion with another person, uh, they had said to their point of view, and I've heard this a lot, and this is why a lot of times I don't support the marriages in the United States because they're more business than they are based on love. And I was telling this person, if the love is not nowhere in the relationship, then whatever relationship that you get into, it's not going to work. Because the first thing I feel that is mandatory, whether we're friends, whether we're family, because I have a lot of people that are family to me, but they're not by blood. It's by bond and it's by spirit. Marriage, intimacy, all that. If the love is selfish from the jump, the relationship is not going to work out. That's just that's just my take on it since I've been here on this earth for 51 years. Yes. So I've watched people give their definitions of marriage, what marriage should be, what it shouldn't be. Like I said, I'm not going to stay in an abusive marriage. I'm not going to stay in a marriage when, you know, you can't be insulting my our creator of this earth. Because I'm not going to battle against you as far as my faith-based beliefs. If the love is not there from the jump, from the moment I see you and I like you and you cute and you know I get to know you, whatever. I'm not saying I fell in love with you or anything like that, but I have that admiration for you that you are. Wait a minute. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you, James. And I'm seeing Vibrant, what's up? I'm seeing y'all come in the comments. I'm seeing y'all coming in the chat. Y'all saying hi to each other. What's up, Vibrant? How was your day? I don't want to lose my train of thought. So, hi everybody that's coming into the chat. And I'm not going to be before y'all very long because I'm not a long-winded person. So, I pretty much try to say what I got to say before I take y'all around the world with this. So, I try to, you know, keep it clear, concise, where you can understand where I'm coming from. So, even when I meet people, if I'm mean, nasty, or whatever, then where is any type of love found in me? When I'm selfish, when I'm abusive with my tongue, even off rip of first meeting, where is the love? I honestly believe if you know, understand, and live by true love, I think even in the initial, even get to knowing people, whatever, I think, and I feel, and I've come to the conclusion that a lot of issues that are happening in today's marriage, you know, they can be mended. I'm a firm believer in communication. If I can't communicate with you, then what are we doing? I'm not going to sit there next to my partner and we can't have, or not my partner, hold on, my husband, the king of my castle, as I'm his queen. The king that's going to allow me to sit on his lap because we did it the right way. And I'm not saying it's going to be perfect if I ever get married. I'm not saying it's going to be perfect, but I'm not trying to do it as people before me has done it and what I've witnessed other people, how they handle it. And I'm not saying that I'm not saying nothing about nothing, but sometimes it's good to see the bad so you know what not to do, especially in relationships, you know. It was something else I was going to say. I forgot my train of thought. Wow. Oh, Vibrant, I'm not on X anymore. So don't put up the X. Don't put up the X channel because I'm not on there anymore. So thank you, sweetheart. Vibrant is my number one mod. She's been with me since the beginning of me starting my new page. Thank you for being over here, mod. Zara! Hey, darling. Hey, doing? I hope things are going good with you, sweetheart, over there overseas, my love. I hope your day is going great. It's kind of muggy over here, and it's kind of cloudy. We just had a thunderstorm that just passed through here. So, thank you for being here, Zara. I don't catch you as much, so I'm sorry about that, sweetie. So, there was something else I wanted to say. Didn't have it. I hate when I lose my train of thought because I'll think about this later and I'm like, oh, I meant to include it. I meant to include that. Um, Let me see. Damn it. I forgot what I was going to expound on with the marriage subject. But pretty much, Brenda, that's what I was going to say. You know, um, I rather take my time to get to know the person because I am not in the rush of having to be done dirty later. And, or with me too. Like, if I'm not ready, oh, there we go. I knew if I kept talking, I was going to get back to what I was saying. And I pretty much is going to end with this. Um, I feel with marriage, the two do become one. We move as a unit. I can't be going left and my husband is going right. We should be moving in sync. If I'm moving against my husband, then the marriage is not, it's heading to some fucked up places. And I've witnessed that. That's what's up. That's what's up, Zara. That's what's up. And maybe, okay, listen to what I'm saying. If I'm saying something wrong, let me know. Okay, my love? I'll probably be on here for another 8 minutes, if that, because I'm almost done with what I want. Because I wanted to say this. I wanted to say this on Brenda's panel. I wasn't going to be long-winded with it. I was going to get to my points very quickly. But now I'm over here and I get to, but give it 5 years. Right now, we're not in sync, but give it 5 years. See, that's why I'm saying, like, don't be so in a rush to let it go if it's something that can be repairable. And getting back to being in sync with my husband, I also feel the mistakes of today's marriages, and listen, I've never been married, and I'm not saying that I'm a marriage expert. I don't have not one degree, not one plaque, not one certificate for this. Certificate for this. You can't grow together all the time. Yeah, because you're gonna have your individual moments. You know, you're gonna think how you think as a woman, and he's gonna think how he thinks as a man. And nobody said, girl, please. Because even the experts, they got to go to therapy. So just to put you on a little bit on game. That part, I just feel that a lot of marriages today, people come into the marriage. Even back then, listen, even back then when I was growing up, because it was still similar back then, but I feel it's more prevalent today that we go into a marriage, but we still want to live single-minded, if that makes sense. I still want to be married, but I still want to party with my girlfriends. I still want to turn up. I still want to shake my ass in a circle. He's married to me, but he wants to live that single life with his friends that take him out, and they're single. Of course, they don't have a wife to go home to. They don't have to check in with nobody. They good. But you're the married man. You're married. So that's why I feel that at some point, at some point, when will the two parties realize that you're married? Okay? You got to listen to your spouse at some point. But if you're so stuck as you still want to live that single life, then be single. Just be single. Just be single. That's it. That just be single. Now, I'm not here. Like I said, I'm not a marriage expert. This is just me living life, being around people, what I've observed growing up. I'm a, I was born in the 70s. I grew up in the 80s. So, and then just watching everyday people. So, every marriage, every marriage is different. Make sure you both are on the same. Yeah, before walking down the aisle, money, children, religion, etc. Fact on that point, fact, facts. So Brenda, that's pretty much what I was gonna say. Of course, I would have shortened it while I was on your panel because I don't like to be long-winded. And like I said, I'll take our places in the discussion. We wasn't even meant to go. That's just how it flows with me, especially when I'm on that vibe. Because who am I? I'm GlowGlowVybez. 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 GGV in this place. I hope y'all like the little water fountain over here. This is so pretty right here. So, folks, that's all I got to say. I'm winded. Glow question. Sure, Herbie. Shoot your question. But while I'm waiting for Herbie, how's everybody? Are you Creole? Are you Creole? I'm not Creole. Okay? I'm not Creole. That's an interesting question. I'm gonna let y'all. Well, I've said this before. Okay, I'm a New Yorker, but it's by the way of the South. So I've actually lived in the NYC longer than I've lived in uh, my own birthplace. So, so, and it's funny because if you listen, you know my dialect, my Southern dialect, does conflict with the New Yorker dialect and vice versa. I mean, I'm not a mixie. I'm not a mixie, so I'm not biracial, but I do have other ethnicities in my ancestry. But I am a fair complected, melanated woman of the Heavenly Father that is up above. So, you guys, I'm walking. Uh, I should, I'm trying not to get I'm trying not to get another Dunkin' Latte because I'm going to be up all freaking night. Right on, Irby. Right on. And on that note, thank you everybody for stopping through. I love you guys. Zara, listen, I love you guys. I miss, because I've been missing a lot on them YouTube streets. I've been chilling out at Rumble. I'm not going to hold you. I've been having my fun over there. So, um, I will tell you guys this. The next Vibes Lounge, it's going to start off here over at YouTube. But then I'm going to switch over to Rumble so I can do what needs to be done. I know, Zara, I hope you okay. Is Zara, it's just, you know what, I keep mispronouncing your name, Zara. Is it Zara? Child, I'm sorry if I messed up your name. My bad. And I'll be trying to get your name too. But I'm getting ready to get out of here. Zara is great. Good. I like that. That name is fitting for you because it's exotic, it's fun, and it kind of reminds me of Jaja Gabor, but that's just a stretch that I have in my mind. So that's just how my mind works, Zara. I love you, girl. All right, folks, I am out of here. See, see, Jaja. That's what it reminds me of. I got you. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. If you like this, share me out. Thank you for hitting the like button. Thank you for everybody stop through. I'm gonna get out for here. Y'all have a good one. Y'all have a blessed evening. Be safe. Love you.